New $20 Yeezy merch. Tyler Creator dropped a new song. You'll never want to watch porn again after hearing my story. I fapped 4 times a day. Oh, you know what? Pull up the airplanes, bro. I want to talk about the airplanes. Money, 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 man. I'm a money, 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 man. There's a badass video, fucking scary video, of what could have happened. Nothing crazy happened. Can you still hear me?
Airplanes.
Airplanes from New York to Washington, D.C., or vice versa. So one plane was landing as another plane was taking off using the same tarmac, and you hear the control be like, 211, you're clear for takeoff. And then you hear the guy that's landing like, whoa, 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 who the fuck is clear for takeoff? You know what I'm saying? And then you see them like have to overcorrect. Like one's going down, one's coming up at just the right time. They have to fucking go different ways. They almost crash, bro. It's fucking crazy.
You see which one it is?
Let's see. Go back up. Nah, it ain't that. Type in airplane like almost crash or something. Like near miss or near disaster. You know what I'm saying? Man, this shit just happened. No,
Washington. Okay, that's 8 months ago. 10 hours ago.
Go back to the one that said Washington. Where did you see Washington at?
8 months ago, though.
Yeah, that might be it then. Takeoff and taxing.
Yeah.
Check that one out.
5 words.
Maybe it didn't just happen. I just heard about it today from my mom. Shout out, Mom.
Starts shutting down.
I told her she's gonna have to start texting me shit since she watches the news and I don't. Like, you gotta text me shit to talk about on the podcast. Like, she's real into the drones right now. I don't know if you've seen the drones everywhere.
Nah, I haven't.
Me neither.
JetBlue 1554, watch star runway 4, line from wait, traffic lands, runway 1.
That's it. Fuck, I don't have my phone. It's using the camera. Man. Wasn't it Washington to New York? Go to the Googler. It'll probably be on Google instead of YouTube. Type in like, I don't know, airplane. Maybe just airplane. See what comes up. Yeah, but these fucking airplanes, bro. Imagine how scary that is. Like, you're a passenger and you're like looking up, just watching the takeoff. You're like, holy shit, is that another plane right there? Oh man,
Body found in the wheel well.
Oh my goodness.
Landing gear?
Nah. Fuck, how'd she find a video? Click on videos? Oh, you type the airplane, that's funny.
We're gonna go near accident.
Yeah. Near fucking accident. Near miss. Almost shit hit the fan. I don't think it was Johnny.
That shit is depressing.
I don't have my fucking phone to look it up either. But there's a scary video, and then you see like this cop lady kind of like look and see it happening, like, oh shit, what the fuck is that? Like, imagine how scary it is where you're like, oh, and it didn't happen. You're like, holy shit, that was scary. Did I just trip out? And then you see it's like on the news, like, nah, that's a real thing, bro. Some shit almost went sideways.
Yeah, everything I see is from April or March.
I mean, maybe it's not new. Check the cities out. What's the top one say? Reagan National Airport? Where's that at?
That's in D.C.
All right, check that one out. Another near collision.
Nah.
Come on, 4 News, Washington.
Oh, I'm wrong. It was in Arlington, Virginia.
Maybe that's it. Is Virginia the same thing as Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, DMV, right? DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Oh, no.
That's all the same shit, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I know geometry, bro.
Where the video at?
Man, that shit don't look... Oh, right there, the third one. Video shows 2 planes appear. That one looks like...
Sky above the Syracuse, New York airport. It shows two airliners that look like they are about to crash into each other. Chris Van Cleve shows how close they actually came.
The video is shocking. Two airliners appear to be on a collision course Monday morning, caught on a North Syracuse, New York police dash cam. As officers even pointing to the sky. Air traffic control cleared American Airlines Flight 5511 from Washington Reagan with 79 people on board to land at the Syracuse airport, and then appears to clear a Delta flight for takeoff from the same runway.
Yeah, 5421, 35, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, that's 5421.
Wait, who's cleared to take off on 28?
The American pilots sounded the alarm.
Blue Street 5511, Syracuse Sky, go around. Going around, Blue Street 5511.
As that American flight climbed to about 1,825 feet, preliminary flight data shows it was on the same course as Delta 5421 as it was taking off for New York's LaGuardia Airport with 80 people on board. At their closest point, they were separated by only about 725 feet of vertical distance, with the American regional jet appearing to pass directly over the climbing Delta plane. 2 seconds later, they were about 625 feet apart vertically, but the Delta flight had started a right turn away from American 5511 and potential disaster. When the two planes reached the same altitude about 16 seconds later, possibly the moment seen in this video, they were actually a mile apart.
That's not a good situation. Airplanes should be spaced a certain interval apart.
Yeah, that's it. Now, nothing happened, thank God. Everybody's safe, but there was over 160 people aboard both planes. Like, there's 79 on one, 80 on the other, not including, the airline ladies and the pilots and dogs and shit. Nothing happened, bro. It's crazy. Like, they said they started to sound the alarm, right? This is how you know this is like military minded, you know what I'm saying? These real pilots, bro, they're like, sound the alarm, there's an emergency, and you don't even hear a crack in the voice. It's like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, all right, clear, fly around, blue sky 11, fly around, instead of like, Mayday. And you do hear his voice kind of inflect a little bit when he's like, wait, hold up, like, who the fuck clear for takeoff? You know what I'm saying? I'm finna land right on top of him, bro. Who you talking about clear? You know what I'm saying?
You're an airplane guy?
Mm-hmm. Wait, am I an airplane guy?
Oh, yeah.
As to what? Trains?
Nah. Not like you.
I'm more of a train guy myself, you know what I'm saying? yeah. So I'm more like Thomas the Train, bro. Like, I wish the engine could. I wish the engine would, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's actually a fire t-shirt, bro. Like, put a Thomas the Train, be like, I wish the engine would.
Yeah, I get 3.
Yeah, for sure. There's no way for us to check on our special guest, so he actually might be out in the parking lot right now just waiting on us. But I told him, you know what I'm saying, we got security at the door waiting on him, so all you got to do is just knock on the fucking door.
Bandito.
Yeah, Bandito up there watching the dough.
He's half pit bull, half corgi.
Yeah.
100% love.
Which means he can say the N-word. Look up the fucking drones. My mom keeps talking about these damn drones. I don't know what she's talking about, but apparently there's drone sightings. Don't know what it is, and that's the extent of my knowledge. There's like...
So, I lied to you. The last 2 weeks at my job, that's all they've been talking about is drones, and I don't really know what they're talking about.
Well, why the fuck would you say you ain't? So you know all the information, but you just know all the information. So you don't want to pass the information because you just been talking about the same information for a couple weeks?
Nah, like, I guess I blocked it out subconsciously. What up?
Hell yeah. Well, all right then. Fuck the drones, I guess. Go learn about drones in your own time.
Oh, no. We about to learn about some drones today.
All right. Well, what are we talking like Predator drones like the military has? Like unmanned vehicles that are super big? Or are we talking about like drones like I have to like shoot a music video with? What are we talking about here?
So apparently there was a mothership drone that landed, I want to say, in New York. I could be wrong, but it was a giant drone that had a bunch of baby drones that nobody knew where they came from, and now they're just flying all over.
And like not one drone has been captured or claimed. Nobody said like, oh, that's my drone. Because you know Amazon does that shit. You ever seen the Amazon blimp?
So it wasn't like regular drones. It was like military grade drones that people were spotting flying over. And I
They
don't
have
know.
Weapons? How you know? Like, how do they know? It's like, can you see a machine gun on that motherfucker? How big are the drones?
Apparently, like super large. Like
Like bigger than an airplane?
I wouldn't say that big, but like big enough
Bigger
to
than a
where
car?
maybe around the same size. Could maybe not. I could be totally full of shit. Well, let's look into this.
Yeah, give it a goog.
the
Shouts
whole,
out Mark Norman.
the whole goog.
Yeah, give it a googler. What else was I saying about the what did I say? We talking about drones? I don't know what the fuck y'all put in this CBD shit, man, but I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. How you gonna run a podcast when you just talk about nothing? You know, you like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about? Drones? Y'all wanna learn about drones? I wanna learn about fucking drones. But I be listening to podcasts and I don't even know what the fuck they talk about sometimes. I just be listening just to hear people talk.
Do you ever have you ever heard of Alex Jones?
Hell yeah, he's from Texas, bro. Yeah,
Austin.
He's the one that snuck in what's it called? The Eyes Wide Shut thing with Moloch, the owl god.
The Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, bro. He's the one that snuck into that, right?
Oh yeah.
He knew about Epstein before all that. I think you can't say that name on YouTube actually. Found that out. I know you can't say it on something like Twitch or TikTok. You can't say that name. Isn't that crazy?
What about Weinstein?
I don't know. I don't think it's as serious because they're adults. Like in the eyes of public opinion or whatever. I was gonna say something about the drones though.
3.
Oh, have you seen the Amazon blimp?
The FAA.
Like in like Cali, like like Amazon, like you order a package, right? There's like a blimp that'll fly over Los Angeles and just drop off a bunch of baby drones, and those drones will go to your doorstep and drop a package off.
Nah, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, check this. All right, so this shit is on the
Expanding.
screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Drone ban across many communities in New York and New Jersey. And this comes after
She look like a
weeks
robot.
of
Where's her right hand
skyrocketing
at? Is that a
drone
pocket?
sightings. Nick Calloway spoke with a
She
drone
holding something?
pilot about what he thinks is going on.
That's a little
They're
drone.
cleared for takeoff.
From his backyard in Clark, New Jersey,
So
John Jacobson's
is this like
drone
anti-drone?
takes flight. Jacobson
Like,
is an Army veteran.
What's it called? Like counter droning? Is he counter droning it?
Oh yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Like he's building a drone to go spy on the drones to see what them drones are spying on?
Yeah, but I don't think his drone is nearly as good as their drones.
It's fucking droneception. Whose drones is it? Like, is it at least, do we know it's human technology?
Human technology, mystery drones. Like nobody knows the origin of the drone.
So it could be a country or it could be like a private fucking billionaire, like, contracted, like mercenaries type shit in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Those are real, right?
So, did you hear earlier this year how they had the Chinese balloons that they found all over the place?
I heard about one balloon that like they popped or something and found out it was Chinese.
Yeah, so I have a coworker and he is a flat earther.
Word.
And
What are you saying you're a fucking round earther?
he makes a convincing argument.
Yeah.
But anyways,
What's the argument? Or I guess get him on here.
I would love to have him on here. But anyways, his whole argument is since the atmosphere is a firmament, that satellites don't really exist.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if like say people that say that we never made it to the moon, I feel like if we haven't made it to the moon, then maybe satellites don't exist. But on the same hand, if satellites do exist, does that mean that we didn't make it to the moon? Because you can look up and see satellites.
So his theory is that the satellites are all balloon lifted, and he calls them satelloons.
Satelloons. Okay. Well, is there more to that?
Yeah, he thinks Elon Musk is a lying piece of shit and that NASA and SpaceX are all a lie.
I mean, I definitely could see how that could be a possibility, but why? Does he know a purpose of why they would lie about that?
So he thinks that it's all a big conspiracy to keep us ignorant so that we never find out our true origins.
Why?
That's the $1 million question.
What would be the big deal if we found out our true origins? And what does faking space have to do with it? Like, are we from Earth?
See,
nothing to do with space. Space is not real.
And that's where we get off where I have no idea.
You know what I'm saying? Is he talking about there's like more worlds on the other side of the ice wall and we just haven't made it on the other side of the ice wall because we're not allowed to? Because the Nazis are running Antarctica? You know what I'm saying? How deep does this go, bro? Get Jeff on the pod, bro. Shouts out Jeff.
Yeah, but I ask him and I try to go as deep as I can, and then he eventually just starts getting kind of angry, and then we veer off. But
why does he get angry? Just because he's like, fucking goddamn Elon Musk fucking just grinds my gears.
It says it in the Bible.
Says what? That Elon Musk is a lying piece of shit.
That the earth is on 4 pillars, and the firmament is the water to water.
Yeah, it says in the first few verses, like, God separated the waters from the waters. But that could mean anything. And if you take, there's like, I don't know what you would call it, like the label of what kind of picture. You know, like you could say, like, this is a thermal picture, this is an X-ray picture, this is a high-def picture. I don't know what the name of this picture would be. But if you take a picture with whatever this picture is, like some kind of X-ray or thermal ray or radiation or what's the other one? Infrared, you know what I'm saying? Type of picture, telescope, whatever. Take a picture of the space, of just space, just the emptiness, and it looks like the bottom of a pool. Like, you know, the bottom of a pool has like the sun rays going through it that are kind of like moving with the waves, but it kind of looks like a chain link fence, kind of like.
Yeah.
Like it makes like, where's the fucking camera at? Yeah, it makes like this kind of pattern in the water. That's what that looks like. So like, water could be in the ocean and water could be in space, and there's an atmosphere or a dome separating us, or the water could be like a fucking metaphor for something. I don't know what. You know what I'm saying?
So another one of his theories is that aliens definitely are real, but since space does not exist, they all come from the ocean.
If aliens are hiding on Earth somewhere, it's got to be in the ocean, right? Like, there's so much of the ocean unexplored. We're land-based mammals, so like we're not gonna fuck around in the water anyway. And if you're like a space dweller or like somebody from a different planet, like say we have to wear an astronaut suit to stand on the moon, they're gonna have to have an astronaut suit anyway to breathe different air. Might as well be in the water where nobody's at, I guess. I don't even know how you would get the intelligence to figure that out. But say, look, I don't know if I said this on the pod before, but octopuses could very well be fucking aliens. Like, what if a meteor had like a single cell organism attached to it, fucking got broke off of its planet, flew through space, came in our solar system, landed in our water, developed over a couple billion years, made a fucking octopus. You know what I'm saying? Technically, it's an alien.
So what's your take on UFOs and aliens? What do you think?
Man, any of this conspiracy shit, bro. I believe in the possibility of anything. I'll never say yes or no. That's with anything. Religion, conspiracy. I believe in it all. And I would play devil's advocate. Like, if you believe in something just for the sake of, you know, talking it out, I'll take the inverse position on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say Trump versus Biden. If you're pro-Trump, I'll go pro-Biden just for the sake of conversation. Now, I'll also admit that say something like Trump and Biden, like, I don't know shit about that. So if we're going to debate on that, I have nothing to hit you with. I have no statistics or nothing to be like, well, actually, he did this, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't study that. I was just using that for an example. I don't even have to believe in it to argue it just for the sake of conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I'll make it clear what I do believe in and don't believe in.
So I've never had any experiences with like aliens or anything like that myself. But a few people that I know that are highly reputable have all seemed that they have their own alien story, and it makes me skeptical. But these people are legit, so it makes me like, well, if they've seen something, what have they seen?
Yeah, I mean, same thing with ghosts, right? I hear people all the time say shit with ghosts, but I've never had my own experience. Not that I even want one, but I've had experiences where, like, I see something and I could see how that could be misconstrued or something. Like, one time, me and my friends, this is like 8th grade, Shouts out Marbo. We were walking down the street, me and my two homies walking down the street smoking, and we started talking about aliens. And then all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, all three of us turned around and looked up at the sky and seen a shooting star going up. And we just looked at each other, fucking screamed and ran, and it was like so funny. When we got back to the house, we were just cracking up laughing like, oh, we almost got taken by aliens. Like, it was just like a high thing. But like, I feel like we convinced ourselves that it was aliens just because we were high and it was in the moment. It was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, now do I go through life saying I probably saw a UFO? You know what I'm saying? And then stick to my guns like, nah, bro, I promise I seen a UFO. But in reality, I just saw something that was definitely unexplainable the way it looked. You know what I'm saying? But I have no idea.
Have you ever seen that news clip where they're in, it was basically, I want to say it was in California, and they called the cops because they said they saw an alien in their backyard. And the cops were all skeptical at first. But then when the cop arrived, they saw a shooting beam in the sky.
Holy shit. Fucking pull up the clip.
Yeah, we're going to pull that up right quick.
Hell yeah. I've seen crazy shit like green streaks like going through the sky, which is probably like a meteor burning up. One time, I swear, this is kind of a good example. I swear to God this happened. Okay. Looking back on it, I don't know if it actually did happen just because it sounds kind of crazy. It's not super crazy, but it's like that's 1 in a million chance. But I swear I seen this. A fucking meteor came down. I have no idea. I was really young. A meteor came down and was right next to my dad's truck while he was driving down the road. And it fucking burnt up, like, and just dissolved. Like, it never hit the ground because it ran out of mass. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was just burning up the whole way. And I swear I watched this fucking meteor burn up, like probably 10 feet from me. You know what I'm saying? I swear it happened. Now, what are the odds that actually happened? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm misremembering some shit, but I swear I see the image in my mind. So.
You ever watched the movie Joe Dirt?
And I was also really young, you know what I'm saying? So my imagination was probably crazy. But fuck yeah, Joe Dirt, bro. What was he say? Like, you like hugging homosexuals? Or, you know what I'm talking about? I don't remember what he said, but.
Yeah, you see where they found it was like his treasure out there, and it turned out to be just the waste from an airplane.
Yeah. And the firework guys out there, right? Is that the same? Like, he's like, man, you got snakes, diddlers, fucking Suitsy Woos. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He just goes off listing shit. I'll pull that clip up too next. Fucking run this one. What is this?
So this is the aliens, and I was wrong. It wasn't in California. It was in Las Vegas. So we're gonna watch.
Is this like some SW stuff?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, I don't even want to say it. That's why I abbreviated it. So never mind. I hope it's not.
We're gonna find out.
All right. I guess we should get into that, but I'm scared. I gotta leave this bitch alone. Go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we start talking about some ghosts and demons and shit, I'm gonna be scared.
This is how to
poop
get
my
super
panties.
fast. If you want to drop this,
Mute this shit. I'm talking my shit while this is fucking while the ads
for
playing.
themselves the location of one of the most intriguing UFOs. It's the story that's gathered worldwide attention. Did aliens land in the backyard of this Las Vegas home?
Recently, we told you about that spooky situation in Las Vegas when a flash in the sky was captured on video.
The reports echoed those campy 50s sci-fi movies about alien invaders.
This could be the beginning of the end.
It started when a mysterious fireball lit up the Las Vegas night sky, which was caught on a cop's body cam.
See, that could be like a meteor
is with the family
or a meteorite.
911 that night. 16-year-old Angel Canmore says he saw two creatures in his backyard and was paralyzed with fear. His father and brother say they also saw the creatures.
Can you believe you saw something that wasn't from this planet?
I believe I saw something, yeah, that wasn't like.
Why? Why do you say that?
Was this really an extraterrestrial sighting?
What about it said other
3
planet?
days after the encounter, a government
you know what I'm
vehicle
saying? You can see an
showed up
octopus.
outside
Never
the
seen an
house
octopus
with
before. You'd be
3
like,
men
that's
in
from a different
black
planet.
to investigate.
I knew it. This is an alien, and you guys are from some government agency trying
And
to.
see, now they're making a fucking mockery of
Three
it, bro.
guys
Like, come on, bro.
driving a black Suburban with U.S. government plates in it. They was passing around. They, when we opened the garage, we went through them. They're just run away.
Do you think that they were here to investigate what happened?
Probably is.
When Las Vegas cops released the body cam footage, the worldwide spotlight was thrust on the Kenmore family overnight. Total strangers flocked to their home, wanting to see for themselves the location of one of the most intriguing UFO sightings in decades. We're in your backyard now. Since
This
all
shit
of
just
this
not
went
convincing
public,
me at
have
all,
people
bro. It's
been
like not
climbing
good
over your
evidence.
fences? Yeah. Science writer and UFO skeptic.
So hold up.
It's like a fun story, but there's just no evidence, like, for me to be like, oh my god, like that that's crazy.
So you're not saying it's not a little bit coincidental? They called because of the figures in their yard, and then shortly thereafter,
There's black trucks riding around. Like, is that what you about to say?
no. Then the cop's body cam picks that thing up in the sky. Saying it's not a little bit coincidental.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So the cop, just a random cop, picked up that green meteorite-looking thing, right?
Yeah, after they had called saying that they saw some weird things in their
Was
yard.
that after? That seemed like a whole different incident. Like they were interviewing somebody else.
No, it's the same people.
That was the same people?
That's the whole reason why the cop showed up in the first place, because they said they called and saw some weird people in their backyard that looked like extraterrestrials.
And then zoom, the fucking meteorite happens.
Yeah, when the cop
Why would it go
gets
down?
there.
I guess maybe it was going out, but it looked like it was going down. But don't you think if it was like a fucking rocket ship in their backyard, it would probably go up or at least kind of out? That shit looked like it was very far distance away and either going out further away, which made it look like it's going down because Earth's not flat. Yeah. And or they were going down from like out in space, just passing Earth up. You know what I'm saying? Like a meteor.
So everything I've ever seen about like alien craft flying in the sky is that it can zip left and right, almost defying gravity.
Yeah, but don't you think you would see it from the beginning though? Cause like where did the red light pick up? Like as it was already in the air, like you ain't see something pick up from the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it does zoom like that, it's still making that bright ass light. We would have seen it from the takeoff. Run it back to where the green light comes up. It's at like the very beginning. Yeah, right there. And pause it on the people. So this is from an old ass movie. I've seen this movie a long time. This is that what's it called? Like
War of the Worlds?
Nah, it's like something from outer space or like Mars, something from outer space.
It started when a mysterious fireball lit up the Las Vegas night sky, which was caught on a cop's body cam. Only
That is
Inside
crazy. It
Edition
looks
is with the
okay. It looks like
family
it's
who called it.
escaping. It looks like it's going away. So that is crazy. They didn't have any reports before that? That is crazy. That is crazy watching that video again. But they don't have any reports of like we saw it take off and then this is where the video starts. Like is there reports of what happened before the video?
So basically, yeah, when the family starts talking, pretty much what they're saying is like, yeah, we saw these big ET type creatures and then 3 black vans pulled up and then so I don't
if the
know.
vans part is true, that's scary. But that could be government or that could be like, conspiracy motherfuckers on the internet. I'm just, like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. I believe but also want to pick it apart. Like I believe and also don't believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick it apart, but I'm also going to not say it's not true. But when they're talking and they say we've seen these creatures, right? We've seen these beings that are not from space. What gave them that conclusion? Like do they say, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw a motherfucker with eyes that were huge and they were slim, like like what did they describe what they fucking look like? Or was it just like, yeah, no, I seen an alien?
I mean, if you want to, we could run it back one more time through it, and then we can.
They didn't say it right there, so I didn't know like if the rest of the video he says it.
So did you also?
Because that little kid was the one saying that he saw the aliens.
Yeah.
And he ain't say nothing. He was just like the dude asked like, are they from another planet? He's like, yeah.
So also earlier this year in Miami, I want to say in the Biscayne shopping mall.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I don't know because there's conflicting reports where they're saying that. Nah, it was just some burglars. But then there's people saying, nah, it was aliens in the mall.
Aliens in the mall. That's crazy. We should pull that up after this. The video that's kind of crazy. Aliens in the mall.
I think you said you wanted to pull up one other video.
Yeah, I can't remember though. It's already gone. And I don't think it had anything to do with aliens, did it?
I don't remember.
Put in the comments what we're supposed to talk about. That's fucking funny. Come on, young Jamie. I'm not gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember my thoughts for me.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a scary picture. If that was real, yo. If that was real, you know what I'm saying? What do you do? Like, you can't really shoot at it or run from it. You could really just scream, poop your panties, and pray, I guess.
Miami are going viral on social media.
This is for real, folks. The conspiracy theory stems from a large police presence at Bayside Marketplace on New Year's Day. Take a good look at your screen. Are those aliens walking in front of Bayside Marketplace in downtown Miami? Online conspiracy theorists are saying that shadowy figure not far from parked Miami police cars appears to be an alien.
Honestly, I think it looks pretty real to me. Alien look pretty chill.
I'd be friends with an alien. I think it'd be pretty cool.
The viral video was allegedly taken during that massive police presence at Bayside on New Year's Day. Crowds of young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also setting off fireworks that some believed was gunfire, resulting in chaos.
There's a big crowd of people running out of Bayside and kind of grouping up outside. And then we hear more commotion, and now they're all just running through the streets, running between cars, almost getting hit by cars. It was like absolute chaos.
Now, rumors are circulating on social media saying police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall shadow aliens.
But the real question is, are they friendly? Are they after us? Are they going to attack us? Are they going to do world domination on us? Who knows, man?
The phrases Miami Mall and aliens in Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab.
Man, there's no good argument. Like, if you wanted to really, like, change somebody's mind, that video right there, that fucking grainy-ass video of just something blurry walking across, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't do anything for me. Like, if aliens are real, bro, then somebody's covering it up, which would be extremely hard to do for this amount of time. I can see how you could do it with the media. If you own the media, you could control what's posted. You know what I'm saying? Just like we were talking about the other day, Google tells you what comes up first. That's why we had that article where we looked up Google. You know what I'm saying?
So the only thing about that truly makes me question what's going on is the fact of the massive police response. Do you see how many police cars are outside of that?
Yeah, but if it's a mall and there's a bunch of people fighting and then fireworks pop off, people might report that there's a fucking shooting going on. And it's a lot of bullets, which is going to tell officers it's a mass shooting. And then you see crowds of people where obviously a fight's going on, like, I don't know, maybe they thought they were pulling up on some shit. But the massive, I would say, that was a shit ton of cops. So even if it was some crazy assault shit, but I mean, think about, like, the Call of Duty scene where you're walking through the airport?
Yeah.
That could be at the mall. That could be what's going on. And so, like, you would need that many cops. But I guess if one alien shows up, you would have that many cops. Where would the military? You don't think the military would? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it just policemen, and nobody reported on nothing? I guess any picture and video that got posted got wiped off the internet, and the CIA covered it up, and it's just a super fucking we're gonna keep you in the dark plan.
So recently, the United States government, I want to say it was in Congress, they've been talking about unidentified flying objects, and they've essentially admitted that does exist.
Yeah, the UAP, aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, so what's your take on that? If these, say hypothetically, does that give any credence to videos like this, or do you think these are just hoaxes?
Well, I wouldn't make a claim that they're real or fake at all. I would say that some of the shit is so fucking crazy that it has to be. It's definitely technology. If it's not technology, then it's like, like it's like an angel type shit, or like a demon, or some otherworldly shit like that. Not just a different planet, but like a whole different, you know what I'm saying?
So are you saying like other dimensional?
If it's not technology, then it has to be something like that, right? So if it's technology, then it's either a different country or a private organization, which is like billionaires and shit, or, you know, time travelers or aliens. You know what I'm saying? I guess that would be like the only logical way to get technology. And so if it's of this country and of this time, of this world, how are they covering it up? Like if it's China doing these fucking crazy experiments on airplanes where they could shift side to side, like the gimbal, or the or that was that the one that Commander David Fravor spoke on? You know what I'm talking about? The video, the Tic Tac video.
I do not.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
All right, we're getting into that. Remember Commander David Fravor?
Okay.
Yeah, like if that's China or Russia or whatever using this technology, where the fuck, like, the U.S. we spend most of our money on military technology, finding shit like that. So if anybody's gonna have that tech, it's gonna be us. You know what I'm saying? China spends their money on intelligence and AI, which they could use to steal our shit. But even if they steal our shit, they would still only have our shit. You know what I'm saying? So the technology that's going crazy in the sky, we should be able to identify. We know what the fuck that is. And if we can't, then it's either they can and they won't tell us, or it's like some otherworldly shit for sure. And I don't see why that would not be a possibility.
So there was one other video where it's a fighter jet pilot and they saw what they said was a UFO, but I'm almost confident what they saw was just a helium balloon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
There's a few of them I've seen. There's one where they like goes underwater. That can't be the one you're talking about. But there's another one that kind of shifts sideways, like flies kind of like Boba Fett's ship. You know how it kind of stands up, like say like most ships fly like this, but this motherfucker's flying like this.
Never seen that video.
Man, I think that one's the gimbal, and the Tic Tac is the one with Commander David Fravor, and he like sees shit like the fucking thing is flying faster than the fighter jets, and it's like the heat sensor or whatever's not locking on to it. So whatever it is, it has like defense. You know what I'm saying? And it's flying fast as fuck, and then out of fucking nowhere, it just fucking drops altitude under the water. So like say like drops 20,000 feet in the air, and then 2,000 more feet underwater, or whatever the fuck the math is. That 2,000 feet underwater sounds like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So it's probably not that much.
God dang.
But even if it's 200, or no, that's not a lot either. I don't know. Fuck it, I don't know what the numbers are. But it's flying like an airplane up in the sky above the clouds, and then all of a sudden it's under the fucking water, flying the same speed. You know what I'm saying? Like no friction, no whatever. And then that's another thing that people are talking about, like Bob Lazar was saying, is if these things are flying like that, then it has to be gravity propulsion. Like whatever is propelling this aircraft forward or side to side has to be gravity based. Because we have thrusters that we use jet fuel, and what it does is, push out the back. That way it sends the energy forward. That's how planes fly. You know what I'm saying? This is a gravity manipulation where the way they explained it is, let's see if I can, this is fire. Watch this shit. Science experiment. Look, this is the universe. This is the blanket of the fucking universe, all right? And then when you bend gravity, it looks like this. You know what I'm saying? So you see that little bitty indentation underneath the ashtray?
Yes.
That is what it's bending. So when it flies, see if I can keep the pillow still. When it flies, it bends where it's at and then leaves behind. You know what I'm saying? And that's how this shit's being able to shift, because it's just fucking leaving an imprint in space-time. You know what I'm saying? Or in whatever that is. And it's bending that fold, you know what I'm saying? So it's not affected by, friction and, what's the air coming at you? There's a name for it. Resistance? Air resistance?
I was gonna say aerodynamics.
I mean that's exactly what it is. Like you're not affected by these. Like you don't need aerodynamics because you're not affected by any type of resistance, because you're just bending the fucking matter around you. that would be, this is what Bob Lazar was talking about, the only thing to fly like that would be gravity propulsion. And what they think it is I think it's like element 115. You might have to Google that one. It's unobtainium, which is what they named it. Unobtainium. Think about what that name means. And that's the alien fucking element on our elemental chart that is used as the fuel source for gravity propulsion. And that supposedly that's how these alien aircrafts, if that's what it is, are able to fly like that and change, shift, speed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is Jeremy Corbell and Bob Lazar. Jeremy Corbell is the director, I believe, and like the journalist that did the documentary and did the research on backing up. Oh, it's called Unpentium? I thought it was Unobtainium. Unapentium.
At Harbor Freight,
I don't know how to say that.
Differently.
Unobtainium is more fire. Because like unobtained, you can't obtain it. You can't get it because it's alien. That's more fire. Should change it. Give me like $1 or $2. See, look, Larry King. Shouts out Larry King. Dude on the right, that's Jeremy Corbell. I'm pretty sure he's the journalist. He's the one that made Bob Lazar's story, public, because Bob Lazar was saying this shit like in the 80s or like the 60s or something crazy, and everybody just thought he was crazy. And according to his story, the CIA or the Area 51 or whatever, like got his, like fucked up his marriage. Like I can't remember exactly what it was. I think like his wife cheated on him, and his phone was tapped. You know what I'm saying? The wife didn't know, so like the CIA told him like, you got to get rid of this bitch because eventually she's going to break your heart and you're going to know too much. You can't have a broken heart. So get rid of her now. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah, crazy. Be like, hey, look, we have a bunch of videos and voice recordings of your wife getting fucked. So here's this. Get back to work. You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead, leave a comment down. What would you do if that happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the government. What can you do? I mean, that's just fucked up, bro. It's either get to work and distract yourself like a man or jump off a cliff. But and then the guy with the glasses is Bob Lazar. He supposedly, if you don't know, he worked in Area 51 and he was the in charge of reverse engineering the aircraft.
Man.
Yeah, so allegedly we have aircraft.
So let's see what this is about.
15. Element 115 is a super heavy element. It's something that we only just recently synthesized. We only made 4 atoms of it, but the craft uses larger.
Yo, that's breaking news right there. They made 4 atoms. They found an element that's not on our periodic table. You know the periodic table? Like helium and then hydrogen or whatever, all the way oxygen, got all the metals, got all the fucking titanium, all the shit's on it. You know what I'm talking about? Like Breaking Bad. There's a new one. You know what I'm saying? We found a new one. And they created 4 atoms from it. You know what I'm saying? That's breaking fucking news, bro.
Yeah, some people feel like they're intelligent because they learn about the elements. Yeah. There's a whole nother level when you go about creating a new element.
I'm feeling a little attacked right here. I'm feeling a little attacked. You're like fucking. Some people think they know what they're talking about because they watched one YouTube video.
Nah, I'm in that same boat. That's crazy.
Some people. I'm not gonna say any names, but this guy right here.
Dog, can you imagine what headspace you have to be in to synthesize a new element?
Yeah, and then create an atom 4 times. He said, he's like, well, all we've been able to do now, and he said it's a very heavy element. Like heavy meaning dense in mass, meaning a mistake could be detrimental. Like this is like nuclear fusion shit. You cut an atom in half and it could fucking blow up a city. You know what I'm saying? I assume. I don't know. I'm not a fucking rocket scientist. I'm just.
Yeah, that's how they made the first nukes. That's what that's the atom bomb.
That's the atom bomb. They split a fucking atom. Yeah, exactly. And that's like what, uranium or plutonium? You know what I'm saying? If you look at a fucking the periodic table. Can you actually bring up a periodic table right now? Like keep this video, just go to a different thing. Let's just say it's plutonium or uranium. Look at where that's at on the chart. Like it's probably 110 to 112 or maybe like 96. This is element 115. It'd be on the bottom row, which I don't know if you know anything about the bottom row, but see the yeah, let's see. Zoom in on the green.
Oh, come on.
Boy. Shouts out to all the periodic tables out there. You know what I'm saying? All right. What's the very last element? LR. What is that?
Laurendum.
Laurendum. What number?
That is
Laurendum?
103.
103. So that's where the periodic table ends?
So you got OG right here. That's 118.
Where? Bro, my eyes are...
So that one, I'm going to pronounce it. Oh,
I see.
I don't know
So
how
it's
to
not
say
on the
that.
bottom.
Oganesson.
Can you zoom in any more? 'Cause I can't.
We'll see what
this
we
shit
could
at
do.
all. I think it's like command plus time. I still can't read.
Oganesson.
Oganesson. What does it say 115 is?
Moscovium.
So, what are we talking about here? So what the fuck does that mean? I know there's a bunch of different periodic tables as far as what people believe in and how far they go. Like some would go to like 90, I guess, or some would go to like 110 or whatever. But the heavy metals, is it a metal? Or the heavy nuclear shits. Like it goes from like gas to metal to nuclear shits, right?
115 is labeled unknown.
Where?
Because it's pink, it's color coded.
Oh, okay. So we're getting a little somewhere. So they might just name it different, or maybe
on this list. There's only 3 that are unknown, and you have
it's 113, 115, and 117.
Yeah, Tennessine, Moscovium, and Nihonium. Honium.
I'm gonna have to do more research on this for no reason other than to talk about it on the podcast. But so we're talking about unobtainium, or however you're supposed to say it, and that's element 115. But here, there's 3 unknown elements. One of them is element 115. That is not the element that we're talking about. So, is there any way to write these names down, or can you screenshot this? And I guess I'll just go look at the video later, and I'll do my own research. Forgot we're doing a podcast. I'm gonna look into these elements another time, but that's interesting that I tried to.
Of it,
Can you go back to the periodic table real quick? Where's uranium? Because I'm pretty sure the nuclear shits is on the bottom. Those 2 rows on the very, very bottom not connected.
Uranium, number 92.
Where's it at? Yeah, okay. Plutonium should be somewhere.
94.
94. And element 115 is supposed to be this unobtainium. Why is it connected to what is that? To the rest of the periodic table.
Mm-hmm.
And what's up? Hold on. What the fuck is this? Okay, after barium and after radium, there's a whole section. Like, you see that? What does that say?
So that section is these bottom ones. So you have.
Okay, yeah, okay. That okay. That rings a fucking. Okay. But they separate it because they're nuclear, right? Or like they're heavier.
They're actinoids, whatever that means.
Okay. They're actinoids. Fuck. gonna have to Google that shit. Google actinoid. We're going down the rabbit hole, son. Just keep opening tabs. Fucking. Hey, by the way, me and EMC are doing this shit. This podcast is whatever this is called. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 people that are supposed to sit in that motherfucking chair and talk to me on a podcast today. 3 people, and none of them showed up.
Okay, I have no idea why this popped up. I said, "What is actinoids?" We got this.
That was from the other day. That's me, bro. That's me smoking in Cinderella. This is fucking crazy. We're just getting into it, dog. We're gonna teach you about actinoids today. All right. Eventually, we're gonna go back to the Bob Lazar video, but this is called a rabbit hole, son. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we get to the end of it. You know, that could be a segment, like just fucking come hop in the Young Plug's rabbit hole. Or maybe don't word it like that. But okay.
Young Plug's rabbit hole.
Yeah. No, it's okay. One man band, bro. I'm just never mind, bro. Actinide. What's an actinide?
Let's zoom out.
Actinide element, any of series of 15 consecutive chemical elements in the periodic table from actinium to lawrencium. Atomic numbers 89 to 103. Okay, we got that so far. What do you mean by actinoids? Click on that one.
Man, that's like when you look up, what does courageous mean? And say, someone full of courage. Like,
yeah.
Like, all right.
I hate that. Look up, or do what is the difference between lanthanoids and actinoids? Because those are the 2 rows. Except for promethium, lanthanoid elements are non-radioactive. So that is when I say nuclear shits, I mean radioactive. That's the fucking word. It's the same, means the same shit. Look it up in the dictionary. Nuclear shits, it's right there. So lanthanoid elements are non-radioactive in nature, whereas all actinoid series members are radioactive. So the 2 shits that are disconnected from the periodic table, the bottom one is radioactive. The top one are non-radioactive, but I still think they're like nuclear somethings. Maybe not nuclear shits, but maybe nuclear somethings. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of fuel source or energy source that is containable in nature or something. I don't know. I'm bullshitting now. Anyway, lanthanoids are less reactive as compared to actinoids. The magnetic property of lanthanoids is less complex as compared to actinoids.
The more you know.
That doesn't tell me anything. Okay, so lanthanum and then lawrencium was the last one they said. Okay, so 89 to 103 is nuclear shits. After 103 goes to 104, which is rutherfordium. Who's that named after? Fucking, what's his name? Something B. Rutherford. So what's up with this element 115 then? It's fucking bending gravity, but it's not radioactive. Where's it fucking come from? Why is it named something else and it's labeled as unknown? I don't know. Play the Lazar video. See if he explains. Because they're about to talk about why it's dangerous. So hopefully it explains what it is to get us to understand what it is before you could talk about weaponizing it. But, yeah, I guess run it. Gravity hammers.
Little triangles of it. But it's a unique element. When it's exposed to radiation, it produces its own gravitational field, its own anti-gravitational field, and it's what's used to lift and propel the craft and create distortions around it. It's an amazing material, and it's certainly nothing that occurs here or naturally.
And it can be weaponized, and that's kind of the issue here. If this story is all true, that can be weaponized.
Absolutely.
Never miss a beat. Subscribe.
That was it. Duh, it can be weaponized. That's a fucking... Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You gonna drop that on us? That's clickbait, bro. That's fucking clickbait. Anything can be weaponized, bro. My fucking... Man, come on. You lucky I didn't say I was gonna...
We are all fools in love.
But come on, bro. Like, you're... That just pissed me off.
What's up, guys? Jake here. In this video, let's deviate from my normal content and have a little fun.
Pause right quick. Who the fuck is this guy? If this is a guy like us about to teach me, you know what I'm saying? If is this a fucking professor at NASA, dog? You know what I'm saying? Who is this guy? Look in the description.
I mean, he's got the shirt.
Yeah, but he don't got the glasses. And look at that face. He look like he about to start rapping. He like, whoa, whoa. He look like a British guy about to start like, wiki, wiki. I hit him with the...
Like those two old guys?
Yeah, bro. I love those old guys. Let me, I'm not actually hating on this guy, but I do want to see his credentials. Pull them out. Pull out your credentials.
Jake Bro. Shout out Jake Bro.
Shout out Jake Bro.
Yeah, you the man.
You the man, dog. Jake Bro. He's the bro, dog. It doesn't say credentiales. Maybe he'll get into it. I'm just being judgmental. Go ahead, family.
2 weeks ago on my channel, I made a video titled Science of Bob Lazar's UFO Explored. Got a lot of views, got a lot of interest. However, when I made that video, they're not official copies, so the video source for his alien spacecraft is Gravity A, and Gravity A is on the atomic level. And Gravity A has a more mainstream standard name. It's called the Strong Interaction. This is...
We about to do this?
Yeah, for sure. Let me look at this for a second.
Okay.
It looks like there's 4 fundamental forces of nature, obviously. Which means there's 4 ways that shit reacts with shit. Okay, electromagnetism is one, and it'll just basically, I guess, keep an orbit around a center point. You know, just bouncing off, kind of like a Rasengan. If what I'm saying is true, the way I'm teaching it is like, I should be a professor, bro. Look, kids, it's like a Rasengan. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things. Another one is weak interaction, which I guess it wouldn't have a pull to it because it's just not naturally attracted in nature. I don't know if that necessarily means it has a push to it, but it does have an arrow that suggests so. Strong interaction would be the third one, which means I guess everything's just attracted to it like a fucking magnet. Like, you know, if you have like a magnet and you send it through like some iron shavings, everything just sucks up into it. And we're talking about at an atomic level here, it looks like. Okay. I think I'm starting to get it actually. So what I'm saying is true. Gravitation is another one where shit just falls down to your center point, to the center point of the biggest mass. Now, I skipped ahead because I didn't understand the first part. The first part is the 12 particles of matter. So let's break this shit down. They are measured off mass, the charge of the electrons, the spin, which I don't know what that is, and nom is what? Nominal? What does nom mean? Up, charm.
Like Clint Eastwood.
Up, down, top, bottom. Okay, charm and strange. Okay, if there's 12 particles of matter, some things go up, some things go down. Some things are the top, some things are the bottom. Some things, does that say charm? And some things are strange? So like some things are like make you more comfortable. And not, this is a hard thing to understand. If my brain's working in the right direction, we're talking about atoms, okay? So it's not like you flirting with a girl, but it kind of also is. Atoms are attracted to each other, which is how you make shit. Like H2O, the fucking hydrogen molecules are attracted to the oxygen molecules. They have a strong interaction with each other. Okay. So there's certain ways that shit occurs in nature. Some things go up, some things go down, some things go top, some things go bottom. Some things are charismatic, you know, they'll pull you in even if you're not familiar with it. Some things are strange. They'll kind of you want to keep a distance to it, right? So we got the purple down. That's great.
Me.
Yeah. Photon. That's a light particle. I don't know what that means. Oh, those are forces. Okay. Oh, man. It's so hard. What does it say on the electromagnetisme? Interaction.
You ready for me to hit play?
Yeah, I just don't know what these words mean. Like, what the hell's a quark?
Everybody knows what a quark is.
Yeah, quarks and leptons. Yeah, my bad. I thought I could figure it out, but I couldn't.
Dog, that's like 3rd grade.
Yeah. You don't know the fucking leptons and quarks? That sounds like alien soccer match.
The four fundamental forces of nature. So the strong interaction is what keeps protons and neutrons held together in the nucleus of an atom, which is the strongest of the four fundamental forces. I didn't know this in my last video, so thanks for using the wrong term, Bob. So what Bob is claiming is he had his hands on a stable isotope of element 115. Now, in the 1980s, element 115 wasn't officially on the periodic table yet. It was discovered in 2003, meaning that scientists had used a particle collider to momentarily collide some atoms in order to create 115. However, it's not stable.
Yo, pause
it
it.
immediately.
Do I even have to say it?
Say what?
Do I even have to say it? I hope I don't have to say it, because I already forgot what we were talking about.
It's above my pay grade.
Look, remember, hopefully, all right, so we got to post the last podcast then. I was debating in my head whether we were going to post or not, but last time we were talking about the Hadron Collider.
Yes.
Remember? And I said all types of shit could have happened when they launched that bitch. Like, some people think that that's where the Mandela effect came from. You know, like it just timeline altered. Like, you know what the Mandela effect is?
Oh, yeah, all too well.
Is there like, can we sum it up for some people that don't? Like, just shit's different than what you think. Like, the Berenstain Bears is the Berenstain Bears or some shit. You know, like, shit's just different. Nickelodeon had a foot. Do y'all remember Nickelodeon's logo being a foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's actually Epstein's Island.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened, but I don't know. I don't even know if that's an example of one, but shit like that.
So
like, you remember shit differently because the timeline altered. Supposedly, it's from the Hadron Collider. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
There's two that stick out to me that grind my gears.
Yeah.
So one that I do remember that they claim did not happen is that Fruit of the Loom did indeed have a cornucopia.
Yeah,
I remember that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
You go to their official webpage and you look at their past logos, nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Don't you think they should speak up? Like, yeah, we did. We just revamped. I swear, because I know about the cornucopia, bro. I used to have Fruit of the Loom undies. You know what I'm saying? You had a cornucopia on the fucking package before you open up the damn undies. And then they're on the tag where it say Fruit of the motherfucking Loom.
Yeah, no, that never happened, allegedly.
And see, so what is it? Is it like, are we misremembering? Are they fucking with us? Did the timelines change? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the real?
So that was the first one that really kind of got under my nerves. But the second one, and I'm not old enough to remember, so I wouldn't know either way. But I know a handful of people, they swear that the Shazam movie existed with Sinbad. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Exactly, because it never existed.
Got him, exactly. Who's Sinbad? I know who that is. Who's that? I know who that is.
But I swear.
Who is that?
They swear up and down that movie.
Shazam, like the guy that's like, Shazam, and turns into Superman?
Nah, that's a different one.
Oh, Shazam with the Shaq being the genie?
See, that's Kazam.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, that movie did exist with Shaq. It's called Kazam.
And then, is that the one that Will Smith redid?
If he did, I'm unaware.
Or is that Aladdin?
That's Aladdin.
I swear Will Smith did a fucking... What?
Yeah, it's Aladdin.
So what the fuck are you talking about? Sinbad doing Shazam. What is Shazam? That's not the Superman Shazam?
No, I'll pull it up here in a second.
All right, bet.
But, and
we gotta start writing this shit down, bro, because there's so much shit we need to be pulling up, dog. I already forgot the next thing I told you to look up. Captain Fravor. David the Maver.
David something.
Commander David Fravor. David the Maver.
So, every time those people, because I'm curious, I asked them, what is the plot to this Shazam movie that you claim existed? They can't give me a straight answer.
Who are these fucking Shazamists that you've been talking to?
Oh, there's a couple. I'm not going to name it. One of them happens
Call
to be...
them out. Fucking bring them up.
One happens to be my Flat Earth friend that I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, yeah?
He's all into all this stuff.
Man, you might want to make sure he's not, like, in a militia or something. Like, if he is, you know what I'm saying, get on his good side.
Man, he thinks, say if a martial law becomes a thing, he's
Can I-
he's ready.
Can I ask what race this man is? Or should I just assume?
So he looks like Donkey Kong if Donkey Kong was bald and red.
I really hope this man's white, because if he's not, then we are canceled. I mean, it was good to know. This has been another episode of Unplugged Podcast.
No, he's Caucasian.
All right, cool. Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't call him white. I would call him red, man.
He's red. Okay. Yeah. He's like a pink man. Like this guy. That guy's a pink man.
Nah, depends on his mood. He changes shades.
Like Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a pink man. Just bruise easily. Kazam. We ain't even get into the damn. How did we go from aliens to gravity propulsion to? I feel like it could have been like a pilot type thing. Like maybe they casted him first and then took the pictures and the promotions, and then before they actually shot the movie, they were like, "Nah, let's get somebody else." And so they just had the pictures left over, and then somebody leaked them and was like, "Yo, the world's not real."
So many years later, they did a little spoof on a comedy show because
they spoofed it.
Yeah, and so people look at that and say, "See, it's real," but it was actually just a skit.
On just like one episode or the entire program?
It wasn't even a whole program. It was literally like a scene.
Remember that 90s family fantasy movie Shazam, where the comedian Sinbad played a genie? You know, he gets summoned by these two kids and promises to grant them wishes, but he's sort of bumbling and screws everything up, and then it ends in a big pool party with all the kids' friends. Remember that? No, you don't. That movie doesn't exist. So why are so many people so certain they remember seeing it? Well, today we're investigating the Sinbad genie movie that never existed, no matter what people on the internet tell you. But before we get started, make sure you've subscribed.
Yeah.
Does anybody in the comments do you even know what the fuck we're talking about? Like, do you remember Sinbad playing Shazam? Do you know what Shazam is? I've never even seen the one with Shaq or Will Smith. I just know about it. All right.
Yeah.
You know?
But either way, it's a giant controversy online, and it has to do with the Mandela effect.
Boom. Okay. That's where it's from. Mandela effect. Go back to the particle accelerators, what we talked back on the last podcast, right? Other shit that they were trying to do or could have done. I don't know if they were trying to do, but it could have been a side effect of this prescription that is the Hadron Collider, or what did he call it? Particle accelerator. Fuck. Yeah, it's Hadron with a A. They could have opened up a black hole, bro. You know what I'm saying? It would have been the end of everything if a black hole opens. Like, there's all kind of shit. Like, they could have created Flash. That's where Flash came from. Like, the particle accelerator hit at the same time and, like, blew up and caused lightning, and lightning hit Flash and, like, went through chemicals and made Flash. I don't know. A whole bunch of shit just lined up. But
are you familiar with the origin of the atom bomb and like the conversations they had before they ever detonated the first one ever?
I don't know that. No, I don't think so. That doesn't ring a bell.
So there was a speculation about the atom bomb that as soon as they would split the very first atom, they would cause an irreversible chain reaction and basically destroy Earth.
What chain reaction? Like another atom somewhere else would blow up?
Yeah, like once you split the first atom, all the other atoms, it goes from one to the next like a domino effect.
Holy fucking shit. That sounds scary. But wouldn't that make this like a simulation? If that worked, you pop one into a zero, and now all the ones turn into zeros?
So that was one of the fears that they had brought up. And I guess, anyways, long story short, the scientists were like, send it.
Send it. Like, either they lose or we all lose.
So I think that's just kind of a crazy thing, the fact that these are possibilities. Like with the collider, they could open up a black hole or cause an irreversible chain reaction to, that would destroy Earth, and they're just like, we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, just like, I mean, I understand, like, do research so we could learn some new things, but man, like, at a certain point, you're playing God, and if God's power is in human hands, I mean, it's nothing but destruction. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? You can't handle that. Like, if you open up a black hole, you can't close it. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna eat and get bigger.
Is it true that the man who invented the nuke, afterwards he got into a Great Depression and unalived himself?
I don't know. I know Joe Rogan talks about that guy. What is that? The Manhattan Project?
I believe it is.
What is that guy's name? It started like with an M, like Martin. Google it. Manhattan Project. Scientist man. Was he a Nazi?
Maybe.
Let me get some facts here. I know some crazy shit that is jumbled, you know, and I don't want to start listing off shit like Werner von Braun, right? That's an easy fact. He was a Nazi that went to NASA. Is that a thing? He's like the director of NASA. So is that the guy? That's the guy that they made the movie off base? Is that what the movie is?
I'm not sure.
J. Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist who served as the director of the Manhattan Project's Los Alamos laboratory during World War II. He's often called the father of the atomic bomb for his role in overseeing the development of the first nuclear weapons. Yo, have you seen Oppenheimer?
Never.
Me neither. I feel like we need to see that. Could we watch that on stream? Y'all want to watch a movie with us?
Yeah. That might have to be like a live stream.
Yeah, leave in the comments if you want to watch a movie with us. And then would you want us to pause it or just play it all the way through? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you like us talking through our shit even though we don't know what the fuck we're talking about? So, that's not the guy I was thinking of, though. Because Oppenheimer, I've only heard that name from the movie, from when the movie got popping. And I never went and seen the movie, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know nothing about that.
So yeah, the quote he's famous for is whenever they got done doing, he says,
"Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Dog, that go kind of hard.
Nah, dude, that is scary. I mean, I wonder like how he felt when he said it. Was he like, "Fuck yeah, I have the power," or was he like, "Holy shit, like I just unlocked something that is, we're not going back. We're not coming back from this."
So the only quote that like kind of draws a comparison. Have you ever watched the show Breaking Bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially his version of "I am the one who knocks."
Yeah. Yeah, or Caesar when he's like, "No." You know what I'm saying? Just that one liner that he drops, and it's just like, holy shit! Like this motherfucker is turning the tables of time. Like, if you don't set that nuke off, what happens, bro? Is the world German? And no Jewish people or black people or maybe just very small numbers of it? Like, but at the same time, you have to get rid of so many people at one fucking time, bro. You have to make a decision. And then there's another thing where, like, on one hand, you know, it's Uncle Ben. You know, like, whatever he says about responsibility. What does he say? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What Uncle Ben say?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Well, then there's another thing that you could say is, like, if you can do it, do it. Like, if the science exists and you're the first one to figure it out, that you could split an atom and blow shit the fuck up, like, do you do it in the name of science? Like, God gave this technology and I found it. I have to use it or store the knowledge? What the fuck do you store the knowledge for? Do you hide the knowledge? Is hiding knowledge a sin in itself?
So a philosophy that I've learned in my short time on this earth that has served me well is just because I can do something doesn't mean I necessarily should do something.
Okay. It does apply. You know, because I can name some things. Like, I could say like the other day I was at the corner store and the lady was just slow, like had the drawer open with all the money sitting there, and I was just staring at $100 bill. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I could easily take that $100 bill. But like I weighed the odds, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, it's just stupid. It's not even. That's a stupid crime. You know what I'm saying? Just steal $100 bill, like that's thievery. That's not even like cool. But that's not the cool crimes, kids. There's cool crimes out there. You know what I'm saying? Go find the cool one. Just kidding. For illegal reasons. But yeah, whatever I was talking about, I meant it. So yeah. What were we talking about before the fucking?
I am death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. So if you have the power or the knowledge, the ability to unlock some shit like that, I mean, that's on a different scale than just stealing $100 bill out of a fucking corner store's lap, basically.
I mean,
You know
what are you doing? Like, say that's on your table, like you have all the knowledge, and they're coming to you like, hey, we want you to go through with this.
What country is he a part of? Are you asking what would I do if I was him?
Yeah, like you're in that role, and they're asking you like, hey, we need you to do this, and you know you can, but you're also aware of the consequence. Like, how are you going about that?
Okay, what country is a part of it? And let me sit here and weigh the odds. If he's American, then I automatically have a little bit of bias because I am American and I know which side the Americans were on the war. Oh, it's that dude? The fucking yo, no way, bro. That's fucking Tommy's fucking Shelby, bro.
Is that Peaky Blinders?
Yes, bro. And he's the Scarecrow. Hell yeah, dog. I fuck with him, bro. That's Tommy's fucking Shelby. Tommy Shelby? The Peaky fucking Blinders. Are you laughing at my brother? Bro, that's the most gangster shit ever, bro. Like, think about that. Like, we're standing there, right? Somebody laughs, and then, like, you know, somebody like, are you laughing at my brother? You know what I'm saying? That would put the... I'm like, damn, bro, my bad. I ain't mean to just laugh like that.
He was born in New York.
New York. What year?
1904.
Okay, what was going on in 1904? This is before Prohibition, right? Or before the end of that. 1914 was the start of World War I, right? Or 1911? 1914.
I want to say
17.
1911, but I'm not certain on that. Maybe 1914?
1914.
We're going to have to look that up.
1917. There's so much shit we have to look up. Don't we have a scientist or a doctor nearby that can just answer this shit for us? World War I, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict that lasted from 1914 to 1918. Okay, he was born in 1904. So he was 10 years old at the start of the fucking worst shit to ever happen to humans as far as recorded history.
The bloodiest war in human history.
Yeah. And he was 10 years old when that started, 14 when it ended.
So 1 second, I have to sidebar. So could you imagine, like, your military hasn't upgraded, like, machine guns yet, and they still have you, like, out there with, like, bayonets and horses, and then, like, the other side has a machine gun?
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was, like, when it was, you know, they have rows of fire, like, say, the British are coming, George Washington days, where it's like, you send out a musket, row 1, boom, and then while they go to reload, row 2 comes out, boom, and then row 3 comes out. And then when row 3 shoots, by that time, row 1 should already be reloaded. And that was their machine gun. But then, somebody got a cannon. You know what I'm saying? At some point. Like, the kind of like, I mean, I guess this was farther than, because they had cannons on pirate ships. But you know, like, sword fighting days. Samurai shits. You know what I'm saying? One guy's got a gun. You know, like, we started making guns. Most people still have swords and horses and shit. Well, then more people start getting these guns that take a while to load. Well, now, instead of catapults and shit, we got fucking cannons, bro. Like, blowing shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's unfair advantage, bro. Unfair advancement in war. That's how you turn the tide of war, bro. You know what I'm saying? What was your point to that?
I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I roll up, I'm on a horse, and like all I have is a sword and a bayonet and a musket, and then they got like a turret.
I was just podcasting, bro. I was just kept talking till you took over, and then I'd give a pause. You say that, so I'm like, all right, just keep saying words, bro. Like, I just bullshit.
I was waiting, bro.
Yeah.
I was wanting to know, like,
Where are we at now? Are we still on 115? All right, we found out the war. All right, so look, Oppenheimer was born. He's 10 to 14 when the first war was going on. So he already grew up knowing war. World War II happened, so he's probably only 30, 40 years old, right? Yeah, because 45 was the end of the war. Wow, and he didn't die in the war, so he's just a scientist on the sidelines. And wasn't the Manhattan Project, oh my gosh, I just thought of something to Google after this. Wasn't the Manhattan Project like Las Vegas or something, or Arizona, Nevada, somewhere like in the desert out there? I don't know if this is real, by the way. This thing I was saying, maybe Google. There's something underneath the University of Texas, like a nuclear reactor or something crazy.
there is something underneath it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they have like an underground base underneath the college, I believe.
Yeah, that's insane. The Manhattan Project was an unprecedented top secret World War II government program which the United States rushed to develop, whatever.
New Mexico and Tennessee.
The Manhattan Project took shape at 3 primary locations across the country: Hanford, Washington, Los Alamos, New Mexico, and Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Albert Einstein and Leo Szilard reviewed their letter warning FDR about potential to build atomic bombs. What? Yo, Einstein had a say? Wait.
Yeah, he was one of the people involved.
Oh my God, go to that. But fuck Oppenheimer. Einstein was involved in this shit?
I'm pretty sure.
I was thinking Einstein was like Galileo type shit. Like, we didn't even know if this dude was a real dude or not.
Nah, he was like, there's like videos of him.
Oh my God, like that not long ago?
Yeah, he was like alive in the 1900s.
Oh man, I feel stupid for that one, I guess. My bad. I know all this random knowledge, didn't know that Albert Einstein was like around. I mean, the same thing about John Wayne, bro. I seen John Wayne on a comedy roast, on the Comedy Central roast. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
You talking about the John Wayne?
John Wayne, bro. The
No
cowboy.
way. No
Yeah,
way.
He's on a Comedy Central roast.
Like from what, like 1980?
I mean, even if it was from 1980, that blows me away because I'm thinking John Wayne's from the 1900s, like 1902. I guess because I thought he was a cowboy. There, they got me. You know, he's a good actor, bro. You know, like I thought this was like the early days of television. Like we just got sound on our TVs. You know, like the motion picture on a fucking projector type shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this guy like knew George Carlin. You know what I'm saying?
That's insane.
Yeah, the Duke, bro. The Duke's a real guy. It's crazy. Shouts out to Duke. And I thought he was like a Texas boy, bro. He's a Hollywood man. He's an actor, bro. I never even knew he was an actor, bro. I thought he was a real cowboy, bro.
That's how you know he was doing his job good.
I know. Damn, shouts out to the Duke, man. John Wayne.
Okay, so he wasn't directly involved with the atomic bomb.
Yeah, did not work on it. But he was live during that shit. And he's German, right? So where the fuck was he at when the Nazis was going crazy? Did they leave him alone? Was he involved with them because he had to be? Did he choose to be? Did he flee? You got some questions to answer, Mr. Einstein. And why is it always theoretical physicist? Like, what the fuck is that title? You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that are breaking the fucking universe down, like making atomic bombs, telling us that the world's not round, it's shaped like a pear. You know what I'm saying? Telling us that the pyramids are fucking 10,000 years older than we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling us that Halley's Comet's gonna crash into us one day or something. You know what I'm saying? Telling us that there's aliens. Like, it's always the theoretical, telling us that we're in a matrix, a simulation. It's always theoretical physicists that are coming up with these mind fucking shattering, just mic drops. You know what I'm saying? The Earth's flat. Boom. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll holler at you about something else. Let you know when we blow up Japan.
Man, I can't wrap my head around a lot of this stuff because these people are just thinking it's just on a different plane.
I mean, what the fuck? Like, how do you even get there to where, like, do you just go the regular route and you're just a smart kid in school, you go to college, and then one day it's like, oh, you meet some guy that likes chemistry, and then so you're like, okay, I'll take a chemistry class, and then you become a scientist, and then you fucking, the war starts, and like, shit, what do I do with my scientist brain to help with the war? Holy shit, I could probably blow up Japan.
Have you ever seen like where they have those equations on a chalkboard and they're trying to like solve like mass or anything like
Bart
that?
Simpson.
Yeah, mass isn't a good example, but like these crazy equations, and then they submit these equations to get peer reviewed.
Yeah.
How you send that to my desk? I'm not gonna have any idea where even to start. Like, sure, it looks good to me.
How the fuck you sending that back then? I know you ain't about to Morse code fucking A equals MC squared or equals, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? B equals the square root of A plus B, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to write a letter and just put the words on there. And, I mean, what was going on during World War II? There was cars, right? Yeah, there was cars. Great Gatsby had cars.
Was that simultaneously during the Great Depression or right after the Great Depression?
The Great Depression started in 1919. The World War I ended in 1917, I think. So, I'm pretty sure it was a direct cause. The Depression came from the fallout of the war. But, I mean, it just sounds like a sad time, bro. They just blew up Japan, and then the Great Depression happens. And then, you know, the Peaky fucking Blinders, and then Hitler. Like, this sounds like the scariest time to be alive, bro. Like,
shout out to like the old school Japanese from that era. Like, those people, there's nobody braver. There's nobody braver because the Americans, I read a story one time about American soldiers, and they talked about how they had no fear of death.
yeah.
It was actually like honor.
Like, welcome, yeah. If you get that warrior's death, just like a samurai, bro. Like, I died like a man, like a warrior. My God is going to be pleased in me. Just like a Viking, a samurai. You know what I'm saying?
Are you familiar with the kamikaze pilots?
Yeah, for sure.
So what they would do before they go up is, I don't know the entire ritual, but they would smoke a bunch. They would do a bunch of opium.
Yeah.
And then that's how they would go out. You do opium, hop in a airplane, and then go crash into something.
I didn't know that. But remember what we were talking about earlier with Xannies? It's like it takes away that, like, should I do this or should I not? Like, should I steal this? Nah, let me not steal that. And then you pop a bar, it's like, you're just like, you know what I'm saying? You just steal it without even thinking about it. So, I mean, you take a bunch of opium straight to the dome. That's like, Xans is to weed. Or wait, hold on. Xans is to opium what weed is to wax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you hit that shit to the dome. Hop in a fucking airplane. You know what I'm saying? People fucking shooting at you, and all you could do, they get virgins? Or do they get virgins when they die? All you can think about is just, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Hope these virgins are girls. You know what I'm saying? And then
like,
fly into a fucking boat ship.
Can you imagine what headspace you have to be in? Like, you just did a bunch of opium, and now you're like, all right, we're in the sky.
And see, that's why it would be, it's weird that Japan does it and not American, because American, as long as you're playing some fucking rock and roll or some metal, you could probably do it. But if you're like Japan, it's like ding, 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 ding. You know, like this is like Zen garden music while you're in the fucking opium cockpit about to just dive into a boat ship. You know what I'm saying? I need some fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like some metal, bro.
So the president, was he Lyndon B. Johnson at the time, at the end of World War II? Was that who president was?
Let me think about this. Is that the one that had polio?
I thought that was FDR. I could be wrong.
FDR. So it is. FDR was president. Yeah, Roosevelt was the one that said nuke 'em, right? He's the one that gave, or LBJ. That's who you're saying. Lyndon B. Johnson. FDR, LBJ. Who was it? I can't really remember, which is crazy. Like, I guess we did learn about presidents, kinda. But don't you think we should know? Like, I don't know shit about Trump or Biden.
Harry Truman,
Harry S. Truman.
the sleeper.
The the sleeper?
Yeah, 'cause he wasn't on our radar.
Oh, yeah, okay. The president of the United States at the end of the World War II was Harry S. Truman. He took over the presidency after FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt's death, and led the country through the final stage of the war, including the dropping of the atomic bombs on Japan. Oh my gosh, bro, that is so scary. Imagine that, people. Like, everybody knows about it, but nobody really put yourself anywhere near that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about 1,000 miles away from you, and a fucking nuke goes off. Like, first of all, you know everything over there is toast. Second of all, you don't know if you're about to be fucking toast. You're just like looking at a mushroom cloud in the sky, like, what the fuck's about to happen? Like, is the wave about to hit me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did I just get poisoned and didn't even know it? Like, nuclear radiation, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So the reason why I have like a high reverence for the Japanese back in that era, so the Americans were hesitant to even drop the first bomb, but they did it.
yeah.
And they told the Japanese pretty much like, hey, we're going to want you to stop doing what you're doing. We're trying to end this war.
We got a couple more of these.
So they dropped the first one, and it rains hellfire, and it's horrible. One of the worst things in human history. And you know how the Japanese respond? They just keep going.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, from what I've read, bro, the Japanese were just as bad as the Nazis, man. But that's war, dog. I feel like everybody was bad. Like, we think we were good because one, we won, and the one, that's us. So, like, we think we're the good guys. But it's fucking war, bro. They took out a couple hundred, what was it, like 80,000 people and 60,000 people on the two bombs? Something like that. So that's at least 100,000 people. And you know what I'm saying? I think it is upwards 150 to 200. But let's just say at least 100,000 people in a fucking flash. Just gone from the face of the earth. Like, either turned into nothing, you know what I'm saying, to nothing, or turned into ash prints into the fucking ground and the walls and shit.
Are they still there to this day?
I think that is a thing, kind of like Pompeii.
I've seen
Isn't
that too, where the people, they're sitting on the curb,
yeah,
and their shadow is still etched in from when the bomb went off.
Yeah, I think that is a thing. I can't say for sure, but I do. But I also know about Pompeii, and I don't know if I'm getting those confused. You know what I'm saying? Where the ash from the volcano basically turned these people into mummy statues. Do you know about that?
I haven't heard of that.
Jesus. That's another scary story. But that was like a long time ago. Like Egyptian status.
So yeah, here's this.
Oh my God, bro. That just made my spine like, yo. Imagine just in a flash of light. Oh my gosh. It's like making me hurt. I have chills going down my back right now. I was walking the other day, bro, and praying and just thinking about God, right? Being thankful for shit. Just thinking about what I'm thankful for, right? Just walking in my thoughts. And then I started thinking, like, you know, God really has, whatever God is, whoever God is, whatever that energy, being, or whatever it is, has the power to just turn off the lights, bro. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically, literally, hypothetically, whatever. Just turn off the lights. And then in that instant, like, in my imagination, the fucking sky, like, blinked. Like it was daytime, and it, like, went to dark time, and then just turned back on real quick. And it was just like, I had that scare. The reason I'm saying this because that feeling in my spine, bro, like that spidey sense that pops up, like, scary fucking feeling, bro. God can turn off the lights, and humans can just take people out in a flash, bro. A whole fucking city.
So,
bro, think about your city.
Those people, we tend to look at those type of things through a lens like, oh, that was just something that happened in history. But those people were just as real as me, as you, or as anybody watching, this podcast. It's kind of insane. Like, just you living your entire life, and then just in that moment, now all you are is a shadow on the curb.
Yeah. And it's like, it's in more than just like your life, but like everything that's in the schools, all the pictures of your family and all your sons and your grandkids and your whole bloodline, any memory of you, you know what I'm saying? Any like newspaper event going on, the local high school just won the championship or whatever, like all the history of this city is just gone. Just gone. Just turn into a shadow, like you said, in a fucking instant. And then they did it again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. I would have surrendered after the first one. But, like, yeah, after that second one, I mean, what are you going to do? Because they're just going to keep dropping them on you. You can't just keep letting that happen to you.
And, bro, like, see, the perspective that we as Americans have on it is we're the good guys and we won because we dropped the bomb. And we had to do what had to be done. But it could have easily been somebody else that made that call and dropped the bomb on us. And it still can happen. And, like, who makes that call? Somebody made that call. Like, fuck it. Go ahead. Boom them. And then they did it again. Never been done before in history. All of a sudden we did it twice. And haven't done it since. Like, that's a really fucking scary feeling. Like, we're due for another one type shit. You know what I'm saying? And now we know two can come right back. Back to back. Like,
did you ever see that story? It was during the Cold War when Russia, their alarms sounded because it said that they were getting attacked by America nuclear, and that they only had a few minutes to respond and start sending out nukes of their own to America. And it came down to one guy who had to make the call, and he decided not to. Does that ring a bell?
No.
So yeah, it came down to that, and he decided not to. And what wound up happening, they had a system malfunction, and it turned out it was a false alarm, and he wound up saving humanity. Because had they went ahead and gone through with those orders, the whole, basically World War III would have broke out right there.
So this is a real thing? This is like a movie or something?
No, it's a real thing. I'll look it up real quick.
Jesus Christ. He was just like, nope, I can't do it. And then turns out it was like, well, your lucky day. You were on Punk'd, bro. You almost just nuked the fucking world. Congratulations. That's some scary shit, bro. Like, we really have... Wait,
Yeah.
so he was Russian?
So his name is Petrov, and it's called the Soviet Nuclear False Alarm Incident.
That motherfucking light is fucking with me. Can you push that light towards the wall? Or something? That bitch is like burning my eyeballs. We Googled so much shit today and like really haven't come to a conclusion on one fucking topic. Don't think I forgot about you, Element 115. Is that where we go back to? Is that the starting point?
Here we go again. It's nacho night with the side of gas and diarrhea.
Sound familiar? Ever since the...
So, real quick for y'all think I need to invest in YouTube Premium? Because that thing kind of expensive, but let us know.
I'll tell you what's up. Because I've been thinking about it too. The answer is no. And sorry, YouTube. YouTube, you are my favorite platform. But YouTube Premium is too expensive to not get shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you get from YouTube Premium is you could download your music, which doesn't matter. Don't need to do that. Have other apps for that. Sorry. Like, YouTube's a music video and podcast and video type of store. You know what I'm saying? Not really. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. You could play shit in the background, okay? Here's a little trick for you. If it's a video, swipe up and go home to your shit, and the video will playing in the corner, right? And then you swipe down to where you can see the time, and it'll pause your shit, and you just click play. Now, boom, you can play shit in the background. So, boom, there's a cheat code around that. Don't need to pay for that. And the other one is just the ads. Ads last 5 seconds, you can skip them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like $12 to just take off the ads, bro. Like, come on, man. You gotta at least give me YouTube TV for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least some type of like streaming service. You dig?
Almost accidentally destroyed itself many times over. This is a video about just some of those times. It's about nuclear bombs and missiles accidentally detonated.
Christ, is that real footage?
It's about hydrogen bombs being lost. And it's about false alarms that could have led to the end of the world.
Yeah, pause it. Pause it right quick. What the fuck did he just say? 4 hydrogen bombs lost in the sea?
How you lose that?
I mean, if they drop to the bottom, first of all, what if it like a fucking torpedo slowly hit the bottom and then, you know what I'm saying, blow up when it hits the ocean floor? Or like a shark eats it, blows the fucking shit up. But if it blew up down there, it'd create a fucking vacuum, which would make the water just clap, and a tsunami would just swallow whatever's next to it, right?
So they've done a bunch of those in the ocean.
Yeah, but blow up underwater that deep?
I don't know at the bottom of the ocean, but I know they've done them in the water.
What happens? I mean, I guess if it has enough to where the pressure can be released from the top to break the surface of the ocean, I feel like it'd be all right. Just like, you know, Batman throwing his shit into the water to save Gotham.
I'll be mad as hell if it created a tsunami.
I feel like it would. Like if it goes real down deep to where that pressure can't escape nowhere, it's just gonna turn into a big ball of empty space, and then that water's gotta clap back. And if that happens, bro, I feel like it's just like thunder. That's exactly what thunder is. A fucking lightning splits a cloud in half. Cloud goes up, you know what I'm saying? Splits in half, and it's still electromagnetized. Claps.
I feel like you're also risking like shifting the tectonic plates and then like earthquakes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. An earthquake under the ocean floor is gonna cause a tsunami. And yeah, if you shift some shit with a bomb, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a lot of radiation, which is gonna poison the fish, and it's gonna be a lot of vibrations, which is going to cause shit to shift. Right? It's gonna move shit.
I don't understand because like I get into a foul mood if they forget something at the grocery store or I forget something at the grocery store.
Yeah. I said no mayonnaise.
And so how are you going to forget 4 hydrogen bombs in the ocean?
I mean, what happened? Because like say they go down too deep to where we don't have the technology to get them. And then plus, even if we did, who's going to go get them? Because they might blow the fuck up when we're trying to pull them up, you know? But let's say they're in a ship and it goes overboard. How the fuck did that happen? Like, how did we lose it in the first place? How did this shit end up in the fucking water? Like, it should have been contained in the most contained container of all containment. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's like they're acting like that's something casual.
Yeah, like I dropped my phone because I was fucking selfieing over the edge of the boat. Like, nah, bro, this is a fucking mass destruction kaboomer that's gonna take out a whole fucking country.
Like you gotta think on a boat like that.
Yeah.
You have all sorts of stuff that could go overboard, but the 4 hydrogen bombs?
Yeah. Whoopsies. I left the stove on right next to my atomic bomb.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, call me a conspiracy guy, but like, I don't see how that just is a thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. McDaisy, they got billionaires gonna go look at the Titanic and shit. You ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go find them bombs and see what the fuck's up. You can take over a country with them bombs, bro.
Like, I don't even know. Like, say you put me as president and like, they tell me that. I don't know how you handle that.
Yeah, whoever that is, you're fired, first of all. Second of all, well, actually, whoever did that, I'm going to make you go get them. And then, like, if you die, you die, you know? And if you don't die, I'm still going to throw you overboard and you're going to sleep there and where the atom bombs were, or the hydrogen bombs.
Man, I would hate to be the guy who, like, accidentally lost them. And then, like, I have to talk to my boss.
Yeah, like, you're not going to believe this. Oh, Jeff, man. Look, you know how I've been telling you the waves, right? These waves have been pretty tall lately. And I told you we should have got a better container for containment. I told you that, remember? Well, we lost the bombs. Yeah. But anyway, man, yeah, so we'll be there shortly. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
What's the difference between a hydrogen bomb and an atom bomb? And which one came first? Which one does more destruction? And what were those for that were lost used? What were they supposed to be for? Is a hydrogen bomb just we have a few of them? Or, like, was there 5 total in existence and you just lost 4 of them? You had to dig. What's a hydrogen bomb?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Hell yeah.
So I have a hunch it could be a bomb that's infused with hydrogen.
What if hydrogen is the atom that's being split?
That is a good theory.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think that's what it is. Probably maybe the way hydrogen reacts with something.
So y'all think I'm going to have people showing up to my front door after all these Google searches?
I know. I was thinking about that. Like, this type of, even the words we say, the keywords, like Nazi and Hitler. And what else should we not say that I'm about to say right now? What's that N word we're not allowed to say again?
Nuclear fusion.
Sorry. A hydrogen bomb, also called thermonuclear bomb or H-bomb, is a type of nuclear weapon that generates its explosive power through nuclear fusion, a process where 2 atomic nuclei, in this case isotopes of hydrogen, combine to form a heavier nucleus, releasing a significantly larger amount of energy compared to the fission reaction used in traditional atomic bombs. Okay, so let me get this straight. You have, okay, this, if I got this right, then this is, why is this how science works? So, first of all, we have to find out what atom are they splitting in an atom bomb. Okay, so an atom bomb is, you have one atom, you split it, kaboom. Alright? Hydrogen bomb, you have 2 atomic nuclei, and form it, morph it together to make a more dense, conformed version of a fucking what? Of a nucleus. Which is just an atom, right? Middle of an atom. There's no electrons, no protons. Yeah. So if it's hydrogen, then it would have, I don't know, 1 or 2 protons, electrons, whatever. The shit got, you know what I'm saying? You know, the fucking, you know, back in the day, you see the ball, the nucleus, then it's got hydrogen, like, I think, whatever the first one is, I think hydrogen has 1, then, like, helium would have 2, and then oxygen would have, however, 6. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? All right, anyway.
No.
Anyway, what atom is being split on the atom bomb? And then the H bomb, they're using hydrogen to have 2 nucleuses to become one big dense nucleus, super mega nucleus, and that makes a boom. Nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Okay, fusion is conform, fission is split. Why do they blow up? You know what I'm saying? Why does it kaboom? Why is that the reaction that happens in nature? Like, if you do, I guess because you're not supposed to do this. Don't do this. And this is what happens if you do this. And how do you figure that out? And what happens to that atom? Do we only have so many atoms in nature that don't get replaced? Like, they get recycled, but they don't get replaced. Like, say there's 100 atoms in existence and we just burnt one. You know what I'm saying? Now we have 99 more to go. Now, I know it's a bigger scale than that. There's trillions and trillions, a cajillion, billions, billions of atoms, and we burnt one.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
are you talking like, does it just restructure, like, is something else in nature?
Yeah, does it come back, or did we just take something out of the matrix that is nature? Like, did we just pull something out of the blanket of the universe? The fucking space-time or whatever the fuck it is. Like, did we just delete a pixel off the TV that can't be replaced?
I mean, it's a possibility, considering, like, if that's the reaction you get, maybe that's nature's way of saying, like, hey, bruh.
Don't do that. Yeah. No. Is that what happens? Or is there some other shit going on? Or is it like, hey, if we just cut this thing in half, or if we just turn these 2 things into one, a fucking boom happens? Like, why?
I mean, like, you cut your arm in half. I mean, technically, all the same stuff is still there. It's just different now.
And they said, is this the same thing as earlier? Well, it don't matter. Earlier, like the one before, it said it's the, how'd they word it? Like, whatever's going on, it's the two isotopes, but in this case, it's hydrogen. So that means, what does that mean? Does that mean there are others? Indeed, there are others that you can split or fuse, but does that mean that there are certain others, or does that mean that any fucking atom, any element, or any whatever you come across, if you split it or fuse it, is it gonna fucking kaboom? Cause like hydrogen's air, so the atom of air. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the that don't even make sense, bro. You take 2 atoms of air and it just kabooms. You know what I'm talking about?
mean, I'm sure, like, we probably can't go to Google and look up the recipe. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's something they want us to know.
Look up how to build a fucking,
Nah.
yeah, I didn't want to say that. Yeah. But, for realsies, like, if science is capable of doing that, then should we do that? And if science is capable of doing that, what does that say about science? And is this, like, okay? Or is it just absolutely irreplaceable? Like, we just took an atom out of nature. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many atoms that exist in nature, and we just took one out. And then, if you take 2 and fuse them, then there's one missing there too. Now you have one big one instead of 2 regular-sized ones. What happens there? That's like a cancer. That's like we're taking cells out of the body that is the universe. If there's more cells built up in one space, that's cancer. If there's no cells built up, that's deterioration. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what the fuck we just did to, like, the blanket that is whatever this is, whatever the matrix matter of life is?
So isn't like Newton's first law? Do you recall what that is?
Yeah, Newton's first law is blow the digger till the balls inflate.
Yeah, it's something like close to that.
Yeah. What about it?
So,
an object in motion stay in motion unless acted on by outside force.
Okay, well then I'm off the mark. One second. It's one of Newton's laws that applies to that. Let me look it up.
I think that's the third law. That's the law of inertia. The first law would be gravity, right? What goes up must come down, right? And every action has an equal and opposite. What's it called? Reaction. Yeah, in the first law, an object will not change its motion unless a force acts upon it. Second law, the force of an object is equal to the mass times its acceleration. Third law, when 2 objects interact, they apply forces to each other of equal magnitude in opposite direction. The law of conservation of energy says that energy
not
is neither
Newton.
created nor destroyed. Yeah, okay, so I see what you're saying. So we didn't get rid of an atom, is what that would state, right? You can't destroy energy.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, but the thing is, does it go back in the form of an atom, or does it become something else? Because I see what you're saying as well.
Well, even the people turned into nothing. And you would think that they would turn into some form of carbon, like a diamond or ash. Like, what if it made diamonds? That would be crazy. If you nuke a town, all the people turn into diamonds.
Oh, man, there would be no towns left.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
So
not even carbon left, which means, like, did it delete shit from whatever life is from the universe? Like, is shit just deleted? Like, I know it says this. The law of conservation of energy says that energy is neither created nor destroyed. So, the answer, according to that, would be no. But is that true? Like, what did you do with the atom? What happened to the atom that split? Yeah. Well, how the fuck do I... Okay, I fucking find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Plug. This has been another episode of Unplugged Podcast. Hey, I don't know. I'm fucking with EMC on the pod. You know what I'm saying? Might just be us two from now on. We'll see what's up. See if we can get a guest in here. You know what I'm saying? We have a bunch of guests we could bring to you. See what's up. A bunch of shit coming. I don't know when this is dropping. It's probably gonna be after the first, but I'm dropping a whole bunch of music coming soon. We got another merch drop coming soon, so stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. See us on our Instagrams, Young Plug Official, EMC Square PAT. Appreciate you.